Hello, and welcome to this edition of Broome Up Front. I'm your host, Lisa Daly, and as always, we have a great show planned for you today. Joining me today is former cosmetology student Tina Cintron. She's going to tell us a little bit about her experience learning cosmetology as a high school student and what that license allows her to do. Welcome, Tina.
Hello.
So where did you learn cosmetology?
I actually learned at BOCES in Binghamton for about 2 years, and I started my junior year.
Great. What kinds of things were you taught?
I mostly just stuck with hair, but there's also nails and skin, so we learned stuff along the lines of that.
Okay. Did it interfere with your regular high school work?
I mean, there were definitely points where it did, but not enough to actually affect my grades or anything bad.
Great. What is the process of getting a cosmetology license?
So there's actually 2 tests that you have to take. So the first one is a written exam, and you have to get, I think it's a 75 or higher in order to pass. And then the second test is a more hands-on with the mannequin.
Okay. What can you do with a license?
Well, it's very versatile and can actually go to different roads. So most people would end up just becoming a cosmetologist and doing hair in a salon, or you can even become a dermatologist and work with skin and sometimes even pediatrics, like with the feet and things along the lines of that.
Great. That sounds very exciting. Do you recommend the program to other students?
Absolutely. I mean, it was a very fun experience for me, and I think that if people do the program, it's going to be a lot of fun for them too.
Great. What was the most challenging topic that you learned?
Probably just doing the whole state boards or even relaxers on naturally curly hair, because most people don't really understand how to work with that texture, and I think it's important for people to understand that.
Do you feel that you got enough time for that since it was so challenging?
I mean, there were definitely some things that I didn't end up learning that I wish I did, but I feel like they worked with what they had at the time.
Great. Do you have any favorite topics that you learned?
Definitely doing updos and just braiding, like I'm going to show you in a bit here.
Great. Thank you, Tina. Coming up, Tina will show us some simple hairstyles that we can try right at home here on Broome Up Front.
Many exhibit openings, celebrations throughout the year that bring in parents of students, local residents who come. The Alumni Art Show in the spring brings a great number of folks into this gallery.
Robin Petrus and the Board of Administration started the SUNY Broome Student Art Gallery in 2015. Since then, countless students across campus and throughout Binghamton have been inspired to submit work of their own.
I mean, I think it really builds your portfolio and puts you in a starting point, and then just building off from that and learning new things and getting feedback from different people and learning to critique it to fit all of what they want.
The gallery not only showcases artwork from the students, faculty, and staff of SUNY Broome, but anyone who wants to show their work to a friendly audience.
And the purpose of the gallery is to provide a place for students and faculty to display their work, whether it be artistic as we have today, or if it is poster sessions for students to describe the research that they're doing here.
Students like Mackenzie, who have visited the gallery, have been inspired by the artwork and registered for art classes here at SUNY Broome, creating a whole new group of artists who may find entirely new careers because of the SUNY Broome Art Gallery.
This is I wouldn't have thought that any of these people would be beginners if they are. Because honestly, it looks like somebody who's been drawing for years and is extremely skilled and talented in this.
They had the collection, the space, and the interested talent. They decided that this would be the perfect place to put a gallery.
And so planning began, and the old metal shelving was removed, and the carpeting was ripped up, and new flooring was put down, and a coat of paint on the walls, and lighting was created, and we created a gallery.
Welcome back to Broome Up Front. As you can see, Tina has a mannequin set up and she's going to show us some easy and intermediate hairstyles that we can try at home.
So here I have Deborah, and this is just a simple style with a French braid on this side and a Dutch braid on this side. I will be showing you how to do that on this Zoe today. The good thing about braids is because we're in times of the coronavirus, you definitely want to get your hair out of your face and not have it be in your mask, because that is not fun. So it just makes it easier for everybody just to learn how to style your hair. And as you're going along with this, you're just going to keep picking up hair. And don't forget what direction you're going in, because then it'll get confusing very quickly.
And are you doing a Dutch braid or a French braid right now?
This is a French braid. The difference between the two actually is that a French braid is going inward and a Dutch braid is going outwards. So they just change direction. And the good thing about a French braid is that the smaller sections you pick up, the more it'll actually look like a completely different braid, a fishtail braid.
Was braiding something that you did a lot in cosmetology school?
Yeah, I actually braided a lot of my own hair, even back in middle school, and people would ask me all the time to braid their hair. The good thing about the braids is also that you can even do this on wet hair and end up having a whole other style with it when your hair is dry. Like you can wear it braided and wet for one day, and then the next day take it out and just have some nice little waves.
That's great.
That's why everything is versatile, you know? You can just pick up one thing and end up having a completely different outcome from it.
Mm-hmm. Now, is there any certain hair type where braids would not work?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's definitely good to know how to braid on all hair textures for sure. I feel like for the most part, people would see braids on someone who might have naturally curly hair. But they would probably call it something a bit different, like cornrows or like very small braids with fake hair added. Some people even just add in extensions. It's very different for everybody, but it has the same idea.
Great. Do you see braids as making a comeback because of the coronavirus?
Absolutely. I mean, most people wouldn't think so, but I mean, it's really great to just get it out of your face, get it out of your sweaty from your mask and stuff like that. Come on.
So you've taken a simple French braid and put it into a bun with just some pins.
Yeah. And some people would say that it's kind of like a little e-girl type of look. But you can even just braid it all the way down. You can put a part all the way down the back if you really wanted to. And it doesn't even have to be neat. You can be messy with it. It's not, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the good thing about braids.
That's great. Tina, thank you so much. That's all the time we have for today's show. Join us next week for a brand new Broome Up Front. Have a good night.